Hello Libras, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your general love reading and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course. All of that is in the description box below for you. Alright, let's see what is going on for you guys. What is going on for Libra in love, please? Alright, we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Magician, the Two of Wands, the Devil, and the Empress. Alright, Libra, let me take a look here and see what is going on. Then we're going to start to go over it all together. There's definitely some we're going to want to clarify, but let's start to go over things. I do feel like, I see the Two of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. It's with the Six of Pentacles. I definitely feel like there's somebody that you do have feelings for, and you feel like this could be something really good between the two of you. But I do feel like it's like you're wanting something more than what you've been receiving from them. We have the King of Swords here in the past position. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarius. I feel like this could be a little bit of both of your energy here, to be honest. With that King of Swords energy, I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's maybe very head over heart or very emotionally guarded or having a hard time like opening up emotionally. It does feel like somebody kind of keeping you a little bit at a distance or keeping you at arm's length. And for you, I definitely feel like I said, I feel like there's somebody that you do feel a connection with, but I feel like you're wanting something more than you've been giving or than you've been receiving. So I feel that, one, the King of Swords can be very direct. You may be, being very direct with the person about what it is that you want. Or the King of Swords can, talk about detaching. Some of you may be moving into a space where that's something that you're contemplating. We have the Moon card here clarifying it. Yeah, because I feel like you're not able to see, okay, is this something that is going to move forward? I'm not really sure where I stand with this person. I'm not really sure what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what their intentions are. And this person, I do feel like they do have more feelings than they let on with that Moon energy being here. So they definitely feel more than they are showing. And I think you may have a sense of that. The Moon card too can talk about your instincts and your intuition. It's like, and that Two of Cups is mutually felt feeling. So for some of you, you may, even if this person isn't saying or showing much, you may feel like when you're with this person, you can feel that they have more feelings than they're letting on. But I also feel it's like, okay, well, the actions and the expression of that, isn't here. And, do I really want to keep doing this? If I don't know that it's going to happen, or I don't know that it's going to move forward. So let's keep going. I do feel like in the current energy, we have the Queen of Wands. There's definitely a very strong chemistry and attraction and desire that you have. For some of you, this could be like a friend with benefits situation, or something that's just been very, very casual but very physical. For others of you, even if there has been no physical interaction, I definitely feel like there's a ton of that chemistry and energy between the two of you. A lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry with this person. Now, the Three of Wands as the challenge. To me, the Three of Wands can be a card of expansion. So it's like wanting something more here, wanting something to move forward. The Three of Wands can be also a card that does indicate waiting. So it's like you may have been in the space where you're waiting to see what's going to happen, or waiting to see if something is going to move forward, waiting to see if this person is going to express how they feel. And that can be a hard place to be. It can be hard to be in that space. Everything's really about balance, but, when we're in that space too long, it starts to feel very stuck and stagnant, and that's very hard on us. We're not meant to be stuck and stagnant. The Three of Wands can be a card of having positive expectations for the future. You may still be in a space where you're trying to be hopeful, but it's getting harder because something isn't, moving forward. The Three of Wands too can be a card of making plans for the future. So you could feel like I'm starting to not be able to see, because that's coming up as a challenge. So it could feel like, I can't see something moving forward. I don't see what's going to happen next. You have the Knight of Swords in the area of your conscious thoughts. Yeah, you definitely want something to move forward. You could feel like it can be very hard for you, because I feel like you're feeling like some kind of urge or pressure to like get something to move forward or to express something, and you feel like it's not moving forward in the way that you want it to. Some of you, you're not quite sure what to do about that. We have the Two of Swords energy, which is your energy. So it's like, should I say something? What should I do? Is this going to happen? Now, the Two of Swords can be an energy of, sometimes it can be a little bit of an avoidant energy. Some of you could be wondering if this person is a little bit of an avoidant. Even if you have expressed things to them, you could feel like they kind of, avoid it, or avoid the conversation, or avoid a direct answer. For others of you, the Two of Swords can indicate needing to look within for the answer. Her hands are not bound. She could just set the swords down and take her blindfold off, and then she can see just fine. So sometimes with the Two of Swords, there is kind of a meaning of where we are not wanting to see something, right? Where we kind of already know what something is and where something is going, but we don't really want to look at that because it's not what we want. And we've all done that, right? We're all guilty of that. But with the Two of Swords asking you to look within for the answer, it does kind of indicate that deep down, I think you do know what you need to do, or you do know what's best for you, but it may not be what you're wanting. And that could be where this indecisive energy comes in. Like, do I keep dealing with a situation that I know isn't moving forward in the way that I want it to, and that's difficult for me? Or do I walk away from it knowing that I want this person? You have the Magician in your subconscious. The Magician is a card of, what we want and really wanting to make that happen. And I feel like that's why it's hard for you to give up on this, because you're still really wanting to try to make something happen here, trying to manifest some kind of forward movement or action from this person. In the near future, you have the Eight of Swords. To me, this feels like you in your head, and especially with that Two of Swords, the 8 and the 2 together make the 10. So some of you could be contemplating ending something here, even though I feel like there's a huge part of you that does not want to do that. The Eight of Swords can be a card of being in your head, overthinking. But also it's an energy that represents restriction, feeling very restricted. So, you may feel like, I've said things, I've done my part, I can only do so much, but I still can't, I can't make them do theirs. I can't make them, tell me how they feel. I can't make them spend time with me, or I can't make them move things forward. So I definitely feel like you're kind of in your head, because I think you can feel this inner pull or urgency that you don't want to stay in the same space that you've been in, because it's uncomfortable to be where you are. But it's also like, well, I don't know that I want to walk away from it, but I also don't want to stay here. Clarifying that Eight of Swords, we have the Magician. Some of you are still wondering, how can I make that happen? I really want this. I know this is what I want, but I feel restricted. I don't know how to bring it about. Their energy is showing up as the devil. So we're going to clarify that. One, it could say, that's also very restricted energy. This person could feel held back in their own ways. Now, the devil can talk about feeling very tied and attached to something. So this could be, a lifestyle that they are very attached to. This could be another connection. Don't take that on if it's not for you, okay? Because if it is for you, I think you know it. It can just be, like a habit or a lifestyle that they're very attached to. It can also just be a very sexual energy. So this could indicate that that's kind of what this person is looking for. They're looking more for a casual and sexual kind of a connection here. It could represent, the devil definitely can represent fears as well. The fear of, maybe fear of commitment, fear of opening up and getting close to somebody, fear of getting hurt. So let's just clarify it and see what comes up. Why is this devil energy their energy? Some of you guys could be dealing with a Capricorn. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is somebody who's been through a lot, and because of that, they already kind of expect that something's going to go a certain way. They may be very pessimistic. They could be very emotionally guarded. I also feel like this person with that 7 of Pentacles energy, they may only be willing to invest so much because of that. I definitely feel like this is somebody who's wanting to keep things on more of a physical or casual level, whether that is because they are guarded and because they have been through things, because they're only willing to, they're only looking for so much at this time. Your potential outcome, you have the Empress. So let's see what that's about. We have the 8 of Swords. I feel like you really care about this person. Got the 5 of Cups. I do feel like you really, in the Page of Wands, I do feel like you really care about this. I see the 5 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I think you really do have a lot of feelings for this person. I think you care very deeply for them. And I think there's a part of you that can sense, what they've been through and sense, their closed offness and wants to be supportive and wants to be there and wants to care. But I definitely feel like there's another part of you where this is becoming kind of painful for you. The 5 of Cups is card of sadness and grief and disappointment, and the 5 of Pentacles as well, a feeling of lack, of you not getting what you need out of the connection. And you could be feeling I want to say left out in the cold, but a little bit like it's like you're feeling like you're not important, or you're feeling like you're not a priority for this person, and all of those things are very hurtful. I definitely feel with that 8 of Swords coming up again that you guys are going to have a decision to make in regards to this connection, and I think that's something that you already know. It doesn't look to me that something is going to change here anytime soon. Now, the outcomes are never set in stone, so that does not mean that it never will. But that's not, kind of what it looks like, where the path is leading at this time. So I think you're moving into a space where you're having to decide, I can either have the kind of relationship that I want and get what I need from a connection, but not have this person, or I can have this person, but then I don't get the kind of relationship that I want and what I need. So I feel like that's kind of what it's boiling down to, unfortunately, Libra. And I think that with that 2 of Swords energy, I do think that part of you already knows that. It's just hard to get to that space, right? It's hard to make that decision and to walk away from things. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that this helps, and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through it and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.